Apologies, guys. This was meant to come out yesterday, but a lot of things I've got to deal with and juggle. But let's get to it. So, by now, there have been many leaks about the alleged official trailer, which I did see, and it does seem totally legit with the music and does match up to various rumors, and it confirms some of my speculations. But let's get to it. So, what does the trailer contain overall? And then I'm going to examine a few details more in depth. So we're getting the Hand, the Scorpion. Tombstone is narrating, but I couldn't make him out. So we've got quite a few villains, although I will have to forewarn, apparently a lot of these villains will be in the montage. They will not be in the film that much, though apparently the Scorpion and Tombstone will be the main opponents. I also don't remember seeing Metzger, so he's not in this trailer. And it seems that Spider-Man is dealing with a kind of identity crisis because, and again, I did not hear this because, again, this is a very fuzzy version of the trailer, so I'll have to wait for the official trailer if this is in the audio. But it does match up the X-Men teaser too, right? They had a very ugly version of the teaser leaked, and then the more refined version was later put on the Marvel YouTube. But essentially, we're having Tombstone speculate about the 3 cycles of the spider. Okay? And that plays into Spider-Man going to Bruce Banner and asking about mutants and genes. And I did see this, and it's a little strange because it's hard to make out, but apparently Spider-Man, yes, is in a cocoon. He gets out of the cocoon and can now have organic webbing. He's also much more muscular. Why? Don't know. And yes, we do have Sadie Sink, and they seem to be arguing, and Sadie Sink seems to be threatening Spider-Man at one point and turns away from him. And again, I didn't see her using her powers, but apparently she is a mutant of some kind, whether she's Jean Grey, don't know for sure, or Firestar. I've also speculated that, but she's using some kind of power. Now, this doesn't quite add up because if she's being hunted by Metzger's anti-mutant force, and she's either Jean Grey or Firestar, why is she threatened? I mean, they're both very powerful characters. So why her power levels are so low? She needs help? Don't know. So in this version of Spider-Man, apparently now he's a mutant, and his genes are out of control. He's becoming more and more like a literal spider. How? Don't know that either. And again, I don't know if this qualifies as stalking, but yeah, there's a weird scene where it seems like he's trying to follow Zendaya, even though she should be at MIT, not in New York. What to make of all this? Well, I'm going to concentrate on the mutant factor, and I don't want to exaggerate with a lot of these videos that everything is ruined, the MCU's dead, there's no good movies and comic books or spider whatever. But this is a pretty radical change. I don't think people realize this is an insanely radical shift from Spider-Man. Now, they did this before in the other trilogy, because Tom Holland has signed on for another trilogy. But in the previous one, with Iron Man being very pervasive and him having this kind of iron spider suit, that's not really in the comics. They just made that up out of nowhere. All right, whatever. So now apparently he's going to be Mutant Spider-Man. And again, Spider-Man is infamous for not being a mutant in the comics. So they're throwing away the Stan Lee origin. I mean, again, the story's pretty simple. And to be fair, the Raimi people also messed this up. But he just gets bitten. He has abilities. That is it. And it does not have organic webbing. So why they're going back to the Toby organic webbing, I don't know. It's very strange. And if he is a mutant, why is he having this argument with Sadie Sink? Wouldn't they be allies? Wouldn't Metzger be after both of them? Yeah, it's a little hard to figure out. But at least in the portions I saw, it doesn't seem like they have a, quote, romantic affair. They don't seem to like one another. But they seem to know one another, which makes me think this is Jean Grey, right? Somehow she picked up Spider-Man's identity. How? Well, again, it's possible she found out by accident through another way, right? Maybe being a pickpocket, she's desperate for money, she steals Spider-Man's wallet, pieces it together. There's various ways to find out an identity. And again, this is Spider-Man, and he's around town, so maybe she pieced it together. Who knows? I mean, it brings up questions with strangest spell, what are the restrictions, who can know? It's a lot of issues and problems. But it also doesn't make sense on many other levels. Like, if you have access to Bruce Banner, presumably you just go to the Avengers and they can do things to stop the mutation or control it or examine him, but he's not doing that. And why didn't he notice that he was biologically changing? Don't know that either. It was just a radical shift overnight. One day it's a cocoon. He couldn't notice, even though he's a scientist himself. Like, one of the very good things about No Way Home is it emphasized he's a scientist. But now he's apparently just really, really stupid. So, yeah, shaking my head. But I don't want to be totally negative. We are getting the Punisher. It is confirmed we do have the Hulk. Apparently this will be a very savage, very powerful version of the Hulk. Okay, that's interesting. So a lot of things do look good and are very promising in the trailer, but how does it all fit together? It just seems very strange. I would assume the obvious. The reason they have Sadie Sink and have her as a mutant, because they keep bringing up more and more mutants to set up the X-Men. Okay, there's that. And we have Tombstone and Scorpion to get closer to a Kingpin movie? That's a little weird. Like, the Hand is usually something that the Daredevil deals with, right? The ninjas of the Hand are usually Daredevil's opponents. So, again, a lot of question marks. I mean, it could just be cynical. They're going to promote the Punisher special, which is going to come out right on Disney streaming. So they want to do things for that. Okay, got it. So these things are just meant to help boost Doomsday and help out Secret Wars. But I just think it's needless. Like, why do we have Spider-Man in a cocoon? Why the organic webbing? Why keep altering the origin? I don't know. I don't know. But again, there were good things. Apparently, Spider-Man is trying to take down Punisher's battle van. Okay, that's interesting. And again, the special effects now are still crude. So you got to be careful that this will look a lot better when they're finished. But the version I saw, yeah, the swinging looked really bad. It looked really bad. So I don't know if this is because they're going with more practical effects, which I think is a good thing, or they haven't finished the trailer completely, because it seemed mostly done with the voices and the music. I mean, filming is done, so they're in the final stages, at least, of putting in the final touches. So there you go. So a lot of questions here. And yeah, the mutant thing is probably the most ridiculous thing. Because now, of course, the obvious question will be, why doesn't he just join the X-Men if he's a mutant? And so, maybe that's where they're going to go. I mean, is there a good case for it? Maybe, but I don't know. Are they going to have Cyclops and him, Spider-Man, fight for Jean Grey? And I don't know. It does bring up a lot of messes. But I mean, maybe they'll find a miracle way to fuse this together in a really good plot. But so far, it does seem like it's basically acting like a commercial fest for a lot of other things. But we'll have to wait and see. And again, this is an early trailer. They're going to have more trailers and more leaks, of course. So there we go. So the mutant thing really bugs me. But we'll have to wait and see. It also does take away from Spider-Man. So now he will help Sadie Sink. Well, they're hunting me too. I'm a mutant. So it feels very out of character. Yes, I know they did this with the cartoon, but even there were differences. And this one is just, I don't know. He just is becoming a spider man, literally, because don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. Thanks for listening. Please be safe. More is coming.